it's Taryn from Just a Simple Home. Welcome back if you've been here before, and thank you for visiting. If you're new here, I am a homeschooling mom to 6 kids, and I don't know if you can see my belly, but I have one on the way coming in November. My children they will be in 8th grade this year. We're just about to start our new school year. They'll be in 8th grade, 6th grade, 3rd grade, 1st grade, and then I have one in pre-K, and then I do have a very energetic, active 2-year-old. So we're just about to start our 8th year of homeschooling, and a big part of our homeschool is what we call morning time. I have referenced it in a few of my previous videos, and I have received a few questions on it, basically how we do morning time, what I include in our morning time, things like that. So I thought it would be good to show you a quick little video about what we do during morning time and how I do it with all of my children. So I guess the first thing I will reference is my homeschool teacher planner that I shared with you in a video. I will link this down below. But first of all, so this is my teacher planner. You can see I have all these tabs back here. One of these tabs is specifically for morning time. So I keep what I personally need for morning time. I keep our hymns in there. I keep our scripture verses in there, any memory work that we're doing as a family, things like that. And then each one of my children, I've mentioned this a few times, but each one of my children has their own morning time folder. So in here, they basically have the same things that I have in my binder. In here, they have their hymns over here. There's some scripture memory. She actually doesn't have everything in here. But anything I print out that I want them to have for morning time, just at a quick glance, they keep in their folder. So this might be a list of history dates. This might be a list of scripture we're memorizing. Let's see, poetry, things like that. So I have a whole list in my binder of things that we will be working on throughout this school year in our morning time. Specifically, a lot of it relates to memory work. And then I have each one of my kids keep that stuff in their morning time folder so they can just quickly grab it every morning and be ready to go. Then as far as what we keep in this is our morning basket. One of the kids grabs our morning basket. And basically everything we need is in this basket, or bin, I guess I should say. Our morning time lasts about an hour. That's what I schedule in our daily schedule, about an hour. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. I'm really pretty flexible. The biggest thing I want to get out of morning time is enjoying learning as a family. And how I decided what to put in our morning time, it's really all those things that I felt like we were missing and that I really, really wanted in our homeschool. So for a while there, we were missing those, I hate to call them extras, but for lack of a better term, the extras, the poetry, the Shakespeare, even sometimes the read-alouds, any memory work, things like that, things that really don't take a lot of time, but that I think are really important. Our faith in there, and just things that I really want to work on as a family and that are able to be done together. I have, 8th grade all the way down to a 2-year-old. So a lot of their work throughout the day, now that they're getting older, it's independent. My 8th grader isn't necessarily working with my preschooler much. So I really want that hour to be together. Usually it's on our couches, and I look forward to it. The kids look forward to it. It's a really good time. So the way I decided what to include in our morning time is basically all of those subjects that are sort of considered extra, I guess, and that I felt like we weren't necessarily getting done during the day. There was, a lot of times we would just focus on the basics, the history, the math, the language arts, of course, but we weren't getting like the broad wealth of knowledge, and it wasn't as enjoyable as it could be, as it should be. And that's a big part of why we homeschool, right? So I sort of picked all of those little tidbits that I really wanted to include in our morning time. So I picked all those, I hate to call them extras, but those extras that we weren't getting on a daily basis, but that I really felt were important, whether it be to our faith, whether it be to just like this broad wealth of knowledge, I guess the beauty of knowledge that we can give our kids as homeschoolers. And I love the fact that we're able to come together for about an hour in the morning. My 8th grader all the way down from, to my 2-year-old, we're able to spend that hour on the couches, just kind of setting ourselves up for a good day, but doing it together. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's how I pick what to include in our morning time, what goes in our morning time basket. So I'll show you what's in our basket. It does change a little bit throughout the year. Of course, sometimes I change it seasonally, and then obviously when we're through with the book, we go on to another one. But for right now, this is what we're starting with, for the beginning of our school year. So here in this little box here, if you're familiar with Simply Charlotte Mason, these are the scripture memory cards. There's a system for scripture memorization. These are all the verses we're working on or have worked on. I can link this down below for you, but basically you have a daily verse. I don't know if you can see these, but you have a daily verse. And then if you are on an odd day of the month, you'll practice what's behind this. If you're on an even day, you'll practice what's behind this. And then there's one for each day of the week, and then one for each day of the month. So you're always learning a new verse, and then you're always reviewing a few verses at a time. So we've been doing this for years. It's quick, but it's really effective, and everybody likes it. So. Next, I have these words to remember for kids cards in here. They're really meant for younger kids, my 8th grader, my 6th grader, even my 3rd grader. We've done this a few times, but because I have little ones, I just keep this in here. So they're Bible verses. And I got these at a homeschool conference like years ago. I don't even remember how many years. But basically, there are these cards. They are color-coded. They are, purple for friendship, blue for courage, green for faith, and orange for peace. So you'll see this piece on here for orange. Then you have the verse with a picture. And on the back of the card, there's the verse and just kind of a little devotional. And this really, I don't have them memorize these verses, although it happens naturally. But this is more just for prompts. They are good conversation starters, and we can talk about what it means to have peace, what this verse means to us, things like that. So we enjoy those too. Then next I have whatever read alouds we are doing. Right now we have the Burgess Animal Book and book 1 of the Terrestrial Chronicles. We're going through those. So I think there's 7 in this series. It's really, really good. This is a new series. Somebody actually gave it to us. So I highly recommend this. And even my 8th grader, he's really enjoying this series too. So I'm pretty sure we'll go through this whole series all year. So it'll always be in our basket. So we rotate the read alouds. Let's see. Next, I have this Usborne Complete Book of Nature. We are keeping nature journals. And so even though this is elementary, We really enjoy it. And like I said, I have a preschooler and first grader and a third grader. So this is kind of an introduction to, for us anyway, to keeping a nature journal this year. So we will be just kind of reading a little bit, basically whatever interests the kids each morning. Nothing fancy here. We're just going to read and enjoy. And then after that, after we finish, or the kids are really ready for it, I do have this Keeping a Nature Journal book. This is, I think, really more for adults. But you'll see it shows you how to keep a nature journal. So we will be going through this a little bit, just so they get the idea, especially the younger ones. And then I have the and then I also have the Handbook of Nature Study that I'll probably rotate in and out. So that's that. And then we have Tales from Shakespeare. Again, this is very, very simple. We just read a little bit of whichever play we're going through. Oftentimes, I use part of these plays for our memory work. So right now we're doing A Midsummer Night's Dream. We're just reading it, and then we pick certain sections out that we want to memorize, and the kids all have a good time trying to stand up and recite it in front of each other, which is kind of fun. So we do that. This is our geography for right now. We will be doing Expedition Earth this year. I mentioned that in my curriculum videos. But for right now, for the next 6 weeks or so, we're finishing up the Ambleside series geography books. It's elementary geography. We have, let's see, book 1 and book 2 in here. And honestly, I don't even know. I must have gotten it from this website. I'll try to find it and link it for you. This is very gentle. We really, really like this geography. If we don't end up finishing it by the time we start Expedition Earth, I will likely just keep this in our morning time. You see the lessons are very, very short, and it's just like, I'm sure most of you are familiar with Charlotte Mason living books. So it's a very, very gentle way of learning geography. We just talk. Sometimes it's poetry. There are sometimes questions in here for, kind of prompts so you can discuss things that you're learning. But like here, it will just say a river, and then we talk about the river. And then there's questions here. But it's a very gentle way of learning. I really enjoy this. This is our 24 Family Ways, a family devotional guide. We're going through this. Obviously, there's 24 family ways. We'll go through this all year. And let's see if I can. So our family way number 5, we love one another, treating others with kindness, gentleness, and respect. And then goes through 5 days with a question, a verse you read in the Bible, you talk about it, and then you speak to God. And then there's a scripture memory verse, there's a story starter, commentary, and a character trait that you learn about. This is from the Clarkson family, Clay Clarkson and Sally Clarkson. I love them. I love anything that they do. So I have, probably most of their books. Love this. Highly recommend it. And then last but not least, we have A Child's Garden of Verses for our poetry. I actually have 2 of these books. I have another version somewhere, but this is the one we like. It's Thomas Kincaid. So we've actually done a study on Thomas Kincaid alongside this, which has been really nice. So we got to learn about him and his paintings, and then they're kind of able to, as we read the poems, it gives us a little bit more information about Thomas Kincaid, and they can find certain things in his paintings in here. So it just adds a little something extra. And I do pull quite a few of these poems for our poetry memory work. And again, that goes in their folders. So that's pretty much it. I mean, throughout the school year, sometimes I may add things, sometimes I may take things out, but it's really just whatever I want to be learning as a family and whatever I think is just beautiful and fun and will be enjoyable for, the age range that I have. So I hope this is helpful. Like I said, I will link what I can below, and I will link the video that I made about my homeschool planner so you can see a little bit more about what's actually in my memory, my morning time section. And I'm sorry, like I said, I'm really pregnant, so I'm out of breath in all of my videos, but anyway. So that's it. I hope it's helpful. If you do morning time and you have maybe a different way of doing it, I'd love for you to share. Either leave a comment, or if you made a video of your morning time or your morning basket, leave it in the comments and I would love to watch it. So I hope you have a great homeschool year, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much. So I hope you have a great homeschool year, and if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe so you can get all the updates on my future videos, and give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.